மரப்பாச்சி பொம்மையே மரப்பாச்சி பொம்மையா. வணக்கங்க ஐயா, வணக்கம். வணக்கங்க மேடம், வணக்கம். வணக்கங்க குட்டீஸ், வணக்கம். மரப்பாச்சி பொம்மையா, மரத்துல பண்ண பொம்மை தாங்க, மரத்துல பண்ண பொம்மை தாங்க. ஆனா 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 நிறைய சிறப்பு உள்ள பொம்மை தாங்க. நாங்க நிறைய சிறப்பு உள்ள பொம்மை நாங்க. ஆமாங்க, மரப்பாச்சி பொம்மை தாங்க. மரப்பாச்சி பொம்மை தாங்க. வணக்கம் ஐயா, வணக்கம் மேடம், வணக்கம் குட்டி. சந்தோஷமா கேளுங்க, இன்னைக்கு சொல்ற கதைகளாமே எல்லாமே எங்க பத்தி தான். இன்னைக்கு நீங்க வந்து கேளுங்களே. டக்கு 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 டக்கு. Hello, good morning and happy Tuesday to all my viewers, to all my followers of the storytrain. I am Srividya Veeraraghavan, welcoming you all again for the 9 days and 9 stories celebration. So, without wasting any time, we'll go straight into the stories. Because already you've got an introduction from our heroine and from our hero. You saw this? Yeah. Anybody from Tamil Nadu? Anybody from Karnataka? Anybody from Andhra watching this? You must kind of recognize this dolls. Am I right? If not, try to carefully look in, because they belong to the land of culture, the land of beauty, the land of many, many traditions. And they originally come from Andhra Pradesh. Marapachi bomma daanga, hai Marapachi bomma daanga. As you see this is a lady and this is a man. Oh, Marapachi, meaning wooden dolls. Yes, you guessed it. It is made of wood, but not so ordinary. It has a special property and it is made of a special wood. You would like to tell about yourself, Mr. Marapachi, sir? Hello, everybody. My name is Mr. Marapachi Mapalai. I originally come from Tirupati Mala. There is a tree called red sandalwood. You know, that is a very special property tree. Not today, but many, many, many years ago. I think my wife can tell you better, because when they were making me, I was sleeping very well. Hello, Mrs. Marapachi, are you there? Ding, 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 ding. Hello, everybody. My name is Mrs. Marapachi. I am also made of wood, the red sandalwood from Tirupati. As my husband told, yes, we are made out of the special wood. And not now, but even before, around 200? Maybe even more than that. Around more than 200-year-old history is our story. How old are we? Do you remember? We are almost 90-year-old. Look at us. Look at us carefully. We are made from those traditional wood. And almost 90 years. That is wonderful. See, look at us. How different we look from the dolls that we have today. Yes, very true. Srividya, would you like to tell something? Yes, sure. Oh, I have been waiting. Thank you, Mrs. Marapachi. Thank you, Mr. Marapachi. I want to give you rest for some time now. Okay. So as you were looking at them, they were talking about the land Tirupati. Tirupati is in Andhra Pradesh and the hills are known for many things, like the most famous, the Perumal Tirupati temple, and the hills are covered by a lot of medicinal plants and trees. There are many other secrets hidden in that hill, but I'm not going to dwell on that till today, because today we're talking about Marapachi Bommai. There are special trees there. And in those days, almost 200-year-old back, even before that, but there is no written history or there is no written inscriptions about anything about these dolls. So whatever study that I have done, whatever talk that I have made with many experts around, I understood that it is definitely more than 200-year-old history. For example, the dolls that I had brought today, it is from my own home, and these are all very old. If you can see Mrs. Marapachi, her hands are like having a lot of scratches. You see, this is red color. These are all red sandalwood. She's very old, but see how elegant she still looks like. Yeah. And the sculptures create a particular doll. All comes in pairs. Nothing is given as an individual. Every time, if you're going to go Marapachi Bommai, you will get only as this pair. Why? There's lots and lots of story behind this. Before I get into the Marapachi, I take you far from here. Almost more than 200-year-old back. That time when there's a lot of rajas, a lot of war happening in this land, the soldiers, the army, they used to travel from one place to the other, crossing the thick forests and mountains. And during night, they used to set a camp, right? Now we have WhatsApp, now we have FaceTime and all these things. But just imagine what I'm talking about, 200 and more years old. They didn't have anything to collect back with their families. They used to be away for almost 6 months, 7 months away from their family. Some soldiers having just newborn baby back at home. Some soldiers newly married. And they will be like missing either their mother or their wife or their children. So the kind of depression that they would go through, they would sort it out. They would balance their mind by looking around the trees in the forest, taking some branches out of it. They would have the sharp, swords and all. They will sculpt. Immediately they'll sculpt a doll from the wood. And the doll, according to them, they will preserve it as either their wife or their child or their mother, and they keep it along with them. And every night before they sleep, they would take it up. They will try talking to them and find the kind of balance from the heavy work they used to do. So that is what kind of start of the history of the wooden dolls in India specifically. So yeah, during wartime, soldiers using it. But as the days progressed, it is somewhere written in the Vijayanagara Empire history that the warriors, after the war was over, had no job. So they used to come back to their villages, but jobless. So what to do? Once the king thought that these jobless soldiers will be wailing their time and cannot earn anything out of it. So give us some job. So they said, okay, you can sculpt dolls. Either you go to the irrigation field, take clay and create dolls out of it, or take from the wood and create dolls out of the wood, and then you sell it in the villages. And that is also, there's also mention about this kind of dolls, where these, the gap that they had between war and the time that they had spent for creating dolls out of the clay from the irrigation fields and the wood. So that is another story that we have around the wooden doll stories. Fine. Arre, we are here for the doll story Marapachi Bommai, and you're talking about other dolls, huh? Yes, Marapachi Bommai is special But let me just rewind that. This is basic. Yeah. Now, coming to Marapachi. As I told you, it was originally from Tirupati hills, the redwood sandal that was beautifully, carved into the shapes like this. Till date, it is more than 200 years, but till date, the shape and the design hasn't changed. There must be a reason behind it, right? And there must be a reason why it was carved, why it was given only as a pair, right? If you could observe, they have a very flat head and the foot. Their hands are sharp, and they have in their neck, you would find them wearing something. If I can come closer, you can find them wearing something. The man Marapachi, just see closely, you would find something on their neck. It was believed during those days, during times when humans used to be so close to nature, a man's bravery was equalized with the amount of hunting, the hunting and taking of bones of, say, tiger or bear or whatever, taking the bones and wearing it. So the man who is known to wear this kind of a bones or, say, collar, chain, known to have a bravery. And people used to love giving their daughters marrying to this man. That is one side. Maybe that's why they have started carving. And till date, I must tell you, not many sculptures are available in India now. Almost it is getting obsolete, and not many. It's very unfortunate, but we don't have many sculptures. I think somewhere in Renuganta and nearby villages, we have few leftover sculptures who are still carving these beautiful dolls. But as technology has taken over, as plastic as many other metals have taken over, the old dolls seem to have lost their place in the books of memory. So today, I feel responsible as a storyteller to bring to you the reason of why Marapachi Bommai was so special during those days, and why we should start reviving that special aspect into today's modern day life. Okay. So when I was talking about the nature and the war and the warriors, come back to the normal life. We were not soldiers, like we're normal people. What about us? Yes. If you can trace back to the books of history, in India, the prevalence of child marriage was so obvious, right? You would have heard your grandmother or, say, grandmother's grandmother getting married by, say, 5 years or, say, 10 years. They would have got married. No education, nothing. They were all happy. They were all kind of thing. So it was very much in South India, the same culture prevailed. And during those time, when a girl child got married, say around 5 years or 6 years, a child, okay, she would cry. Amma, I don't want to go, mom. Amma, no, ma, I want to play here only, ma. Obviously, how a child can leave her mother and go? So it was believed to console her, to soothe her, her mother would give a big wooden box filled with very nice clothes and kadla mittai, yellow mittai, or some, nice homemade sweets and savories like muruk and all that. And along with that, a special set of dolls. The Marapachi Bommai. A doll of a man and a woman. That used to pack, and she would give it to the child. Say, okay, if you go there, you can open it and there's lots of gifts for you. And the small child would get so much convinced, so much mesmerized with the thought of gifts and dolls, and then she would go. And in her new house, in her husband's house, where the husband also would be like around 10 years and 11 years, imagine children. And what do they understand about this marriage, husband and wife relationship? Huh? So funny, but they had to get the bond of a friendship And to break the ice, these very dolls would be their first dolls to play. To make them understand that a husband and a wife concept, or at least make them play with these dolls. So these were the first ice-breaking tools that these children had in their hands. So of course the small boy, the husband, and the small girl, the wife, used to play along, and then they just used to be friends and go on with their life. But once they became kind of adolescent and all that, like, of course, we also love playing with dolls, especially girls. Can you remember a day when you did not play with a doll in your hand? You can tell, yeah, it's Barbie. Yeah, the boys could have played with the Ben 10 and all whatever we're talking about today, the Spider-Man and all that. But we can't imagine a day without we playing with a doll, especially the girls, right? Choppu choppu, all these things. So it's so obvious that children love playing with dolls. And in those days, only these wooden dolls were their best of companions. Apart from the clay dolls, apart from whatever was available from the nature, that was not specifically made and given to the children. So they had the most simplest form of playhood. They had the most simplest form of dolls, and to top it up, they had the best toy of all was the Marapachi. Why was it so best? Let me tell you. So as I was telling you, these children, so 5-year-old child, if you have observed a 5-year-old child, will he be always playing like this or keeping it in his mouth, biting it? Obvious. A child is known to just be so curious. They want to scratch it up. They want to keep it in their mouth and whatever. And nowadays we have clearly, in the toys that we buy from the stores, it's clearly mentioned, do not bite it, do not heat it and all that, because it's very dangerous. But just imagine our ancestors, how brilliant they could have got. How beautiful that their thought process would have been. That they created the dolls, even if the child takes up on his mouth, even if sometimes bites and eats almost half of it, actually, it had a reverse, consequence. The child would become even more stronger. Yes. The Marapachi Bommai had that special qualities, or has the special qualities. Once, even if we bite it, the red sandal, the whatever it is, when it goes inside our system, it is known to become the most immune. It gives you the best immune system. It is believed to give you that, and not only that, it also helps in the digestion process. Maybe that's why even during just after pregnancy, the child gets into the 4 months or so, maybe during that time also, the mothers would have given kind of these dolls. And I understand now why. Because the 4 months old, now we have a teether concept. We would give them a teether to bite and for their gum and teeth development. But those days, these Marapachi dolls were given even to the 4-year-old child without any problem. The child would naturally take, and then start biting, and as she or he bites or says sweet juice, the juice of it goes inside and develops the immune system. And not just that, it would also help in the digestion. So the child becomes healthy, the child becomes strong. Just imagine nowadays, our child will hold either the remote control or the mobile phone or the tab or any plastic toys. No matter how costly it is, and the cost is absolutely irreversible. But during those days, it used to get directly from the nature, and special sculptures to create it. And this became a part and parcel of a system of gifting a child or a girl who gets married to go to her husband's house. So this became a traditional toy, a mandatory toy to be given by the South Indian families. Andhra, especially the Andhra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu people. Definitely, if you have, if your daughter is getting married, along with all her, we don't call it as dowry, but it's like kind of a gifting that happens. Along with it, this gets into a mandatory doll. Okay. So yes, so we know that it was for the girl child and they were used to play, and for the 4 months old they used to chew it, no problem and all this. So see how wonderful was that system. So this used to get, this was the first toy and the most best toy. And after the children grew up in the kind of adolescent stage, what will they do with the dolls? What will they do? They created a system. They didn't waste a single resource those days. They created a system. During Navarathri festival, they started a celebration with how we have 9 days, 9 story. They started something called Golu. Every house, because they had lot of dolls, because it's all started kind of, I would relate it to all because of the kind of child marriages which used to happen, and lot of dolls used to come inside the house. Dolls meaning clay dolls and the wooden dolls. What will they do? So after some time, they would create steps, say into multiples of, say the odd numbers, say 3, 7, 9, whatever, and in that they would rack all these dolls. Yeah, the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law together, the ladies of the house together would decorate the steps and decorate all the dolls they have, and the clay dolls being painted by the vegetable dye. And these Marapachi Bommai never gets painted. It is very raw. What they used to do, they used to stitch cloths for it. They used to ornament it with beautiful small beads, necklaces and crowns, and all the creativity would come in front, and that will be displayed among the center rack of the Golu. Because according to them, the first doll that belonged was the Marapachi Bommai, the wooden dolls. So from there on, it became a tradition that anytime you're going to keep a Golu, which I'm sure many around here, including me till last year, was not aware the importance of Marapachi Bommai. But it was believed during those times that when Golu actually believed to get started, that Marapachi Bommai should be the first Bommai to be kept. It symbolizes a man and a woman. It symbolizes starting a family. It symbolizes the human life. It symbolizes the importance of relationship. It symbolizes the importance of togetherness. Oh, so many meanings. Anyways, so that became very much, prevalent, and Golu started, and Navarathri for 9 days getting celebrated in such a gala thing. When you compare from North, West and East India, in South India, people were quite conservative. Still, we are a bit of conservative and very much closed into the houses for reasons of our own. During those times, imagine, when I'm talking about child marriage, you just come few years after that, oppression, right? I mean, women were not supposed to go out so freely like men for many reasons, whatever. But there was not much complaint as such, because women used to have their own way of decorating the dolls and keeping the Golu, and they had a reason on this 9 days to go out. They were free to move around the other neighborhood houses to watch the Golu, and especially the Marapachi Bomma, how it has got decorated. Unga veetla indha mari alaga vechirkingale. All these things, is to come, and a lot of socializing started to happen. It became an excuse to visit others' house and get in return sundal or some small vatalapaki, and not give, just vatalapaki and say, or ana rendana. Very minimal thing, very simple format of celebration, but with a lot of joy. So that where Marapachi Bomma came into the part of Navaratri, the part of Golu. So now, when you are going to arrange, or you would have arranged your Golu in your house, ensure whether you have the Marapachi Bommai. And it is, I am not sure whether it is true or not, but it's also believed that it is auspicious to have Marapachi Bommai in your Golu in your house. It symbolizes your healthy family life. Not sure, but what's wrong? Some reason to keep these wonderful dolls in your house, right? Okay, and our children who are so used to the mobile phones and to the TV and to the tab and to the plastic toys that you are surrounded, the box and boxes of dolls that you are having, whether it is soft toy and all this. Have you ever tried giving those to them? Make them observe these dolls. See how different they look. They don't look like us, right? They have the big ears, the sharp nose, their heads are like flat. They're seated on some flat surface, and their hands are so pointed. Oh my God! It looks as if we have something from alien world. If you come closer and watch, they look very, very, very beautiful. And they keep smiling. They have a great smile on their face. Have you ever tried giving this to your children to play? If not, if you have younger children, I suggest whether you have Golu or don't have Golu, you don't believe in Navarathri, you don't have anything like that, go to the nearby shop and get an authenticated Marapachi Bommai. Not the simple one. Get the authenticated Marapachi Bommai made of either sandalwood, and nowadays red sandalwood, or nowadays there are few dolls made of neem tree also. Whatever. But take this, authenticated it. Support those sculptures who are getting, now kind of out of horizon. They're no more there. Almost hardly 1 or 2 families are still working on, creating. So these are all very, very, very special. So support those sculptures, support our tradition, support the healthy living. Let's stop using plastic in this such a way and start using these kind of wooden dolls, and which are going to be very healthy for your inner self also. Play with these dolls. Nothing will happen. Keep them on your golu or in your shelves, and people will adorn it. And talk about our tradition, our rich culture, about the healthy living, healthy family life, that in India we have the strongest form of relationships, the family life, the joint family system. That everything will speak through our old, very old, but all the time fresh Marapachi Bommegal. I hope you listened to my various stories of Marapachi today. I thought of making a narration and creating a story out of it, but that is not going to make any use, because I'm sure the people who are going to watching now are especially mothers, are especially educated ladies or men. It's our responsibility as a citizen, as a human, to conserve our environment, to relive our roots, our tradition. Just imagine, even I wasn't aware about this till last year. Till I became a storyteller, and I wanted to do Navarathri story. And usually whenever I do story, I do a lot of study and research, and then I found out, oh my God, there is something called Marapachi Bommai, and I have been taking that and kind of throwing it upon my loft. I never knew the importance of it. But once I read a lot about this Marapachi Bommais and its benefits that it is holding, and the kind of tradition that it brings it along, I really thought it was my responsibility to bring it to all of us, who I'm sure many of us were not aware till this time. So I'm sure now you're going to go back to nearby shops, which in Chennai we have it in Malapur or somewhere, and I don't know about other places. In Andhra, I'm sure you're going to get authenticated red sandalwood dolls, this Marapachi Bommaigals. Yeah? So go and buy a pair. Always buy a pair. Always, as a man and a woman, a boy and a girl. Okay? And enjoy the whole process of either playing or decorating or just keeping it as a remembrance of best practices we have ever had in our culture in India. Thank you for watching today's story with me, Srividya Veeraraghavan. Tomorrow, I'm going to come back again by 11 a.m. sharp with another interesting story. A story from my own life. Interested? Please come back. We have more information tomorrow to be shared. Thank you for your time. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please press the like button. If not, please send me a mail, storytrain@yahoo.com, and I will do the needed improvements. Thank you so much.